Winning the Karnataka election with the highest mandate in over 3 decades has shown the grand old party that they can take on the most powerful political force in India if they get their act together. But the challenge, in a sense, begins now. After a staggering mandate in Karnataka, the Congress has to resolve a problem they have often faced. Kaun banega Chief Minister? The toss-up is clearly between former Chief Minister, veteran political warhorse Siddaramaiah and Congress troubleshooter and strategist DK Shivakumar, who is the Congress president in the state. Both leaders have worked together to bring this victory to the Congress, but only one will get to be Chief Minister. And make no mistake, both are vying for the top spot. The action has continued through the day from Bengaluru to Delhi. At 10:45 this morning, DK Shivakumar said he will not be going to Delhi. At 1 in the afternoon, Siddaramaiah leaves for the capital. And a meeting with the Congress president is held, who has been tasked with making the decision. All day today, we have not heard from Siddaramaiah except just a few minutes ago when some visuals have emerged of him coming out of that meeting in Delhi and whistling casually. We're going to play that out for you in a bit. Meanwhile, DK Shivakumar has been prolific with his interviews and comments. At 5 this evening, he greeted his supporters in Bengaluru saying, "I am a lone wolf." At about 6:40 p.m., he says he won't visit Delhi because he has a stomach infection. But at a little past 7, he tells us, Times Network, that he will go to Delhi if called. Clearly, DK Shivakumar is trying to drive across a point. Listen in to all his comments through the day.
My party high command will take its call. I have not decided to go to Delhi. Still, I am a single man. Gandhiji said one thing: be bold-hearted when you are defeated. Be large-hearted when you are victorious. That is what Gandhiji has said. ನನಗೆ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಲ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದೆ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಇನ್ನು 10 ನಿಮಿಷ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದ ಉರಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಸಮ್ ಸ್ಟಮಕ್ ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನೋ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜ್ವರ ಏನೋ. My high command has said that I should come to Delhi. I'll go to Delhi. I don't blackmail my party. Sometimes blackmailers get things, no doubt in it. But in my case, it is not the question. What commitment I have given to my party, I have done my job.
So the choice that the Congress party needs to make is not an easy one. If you do a SWOT analysis of both leaders, here's how they measure up. So let's start with Mr. Siddaramaiah. He's an astute veteran leader. He's a mass leader and is on the face of it more popular in most parts of Karnataka compared to his competitor. He's a 2-time chief minister, so he has the experience and also has the experience of having run a full-term government in Karnataka, which is not that an ordinary feat as it sounds. He's considered close to Rahul Gandhi, is considered as an able administrator. So that's what's going for him. On the downside, he is 75 years old. He is accused of favoring his community, the Kurba. Lingayats and Vokkaligas are not supposed to be or not believed to be in his favor. And he did not manage to bring his party back to power in 2018 after finishing his 5-year term. However, seeing how Karnataka usually votes, that may not be held against him. What are his opportunities? It's his last chance, in a sense, to become chief minister at his age. And it also may help his case that there are a slew of cases against his opponent DK Shivakumar. IT, ED, CBI all have cases stacked up against him. On the downside, DK Shivakumar's organizational strengths do stand out. He's the troubleshooter for the party and will be in a good position to keep the ranks together. His closeness to the Gandhi family, that's DK Shivakumar's closeness to the Gandhi family, also becomes, a sort of a weakness for Mr. Siddaramaiah. And he's believed to be a loyalist. So that's where it comes to Mr. Siddaramaiah. But let's take a look at DK Shivakumar and how it is stacked up for him. Now, he is, like I said, considered a Gandhi family loyalist. He is their troubleshooter, not just in the state of Karnataka, by the way, even in other states, even when they have an issue in other places. He is called upon to help, which is why through the day he's been saying again and again that I promised the Gandhis that I would deliver Karnataka to them, and I have done that. He's also, highlighted the fact that when there were wide-scale defections in the Congress party, he stayed put and managed to keep the flock together. But he is battling several ED and CBI cases. His clout is believed to be limited largely to the old Mysuru region. The opportunity for him lies in the fact that the old guard could back him. And the threat is that he might have lack of support among other MLAs. So the question here is, who will the Congress party choose? We had an interesting conversation with DK Shivakumar today. He spoke exclusively with the Times Network. Listen into that.
And I said that I should come to Delhi. I'll go to Delhi. I don't blackmail my party. Sometimes blackmailers get things, no doubt in it. But in my case, it is not the question. What commitment I have given to my party, I have done my job. Manmohan Singh did not have any single MP. He did not have a single MP. Or he never asked for it. It is the confidence and trust of Srimati Sonia Gandhi who appointed Manmohan Singh for the growth of this country. Me power is not important. For the country it is important, Manmohan Singh. That is how Manmohan Singh 2 years, 10 years began.
All right, I'm going to be speaking with Niyamika in Delhi and Imran joining me right now in Bengaluru, where, all the action has been going on through the day. Imran, let me come to you first. The fact is that today Siddaramaiah was called to Delhi and DK Shivakumar was not. If the decision tomorrow is announced that Mr. Siddaramaiah will be Chief Minister, what is the reaction expected from DKS?
No, both were called for Delhi today. DK Shivakumar chose not to go today. In fact, he said that he has his birthdays today and he has to meet a lot of religious rituals are there and he has to meet his supporters and spiritual gurus. But it was evident from the beginning that he chose not to go because of his expressed unhappiness over the fact that Siddaramaiah is being selected by the High Command over him. And what turned in the favor for Siddaramaiah is the number of people, MLAs, who have voted in the ballot boxes in favor of Siddaramaiah, and the one-to-one conversation which they had with the 3 observers who had come from sent by High Command, including the former Home Minister Sushil Kumar Shinde leading the team. Now, this is what has upset DK Shivakumar. DK Shivakumar didn't want, they knew that the numbers are stacked against him, but he felt that the High Command would overlook all that and understand the work was done for the party to make the party battle ready, to build the party, the amount he has spent on the party and the hard work he has done, that will be recognized over the support the MLAs have shown towards Siddaramaiah. And he expected the party to respect that. And like he said, he mentioned that how Manmohan Singh was respected for the fact that for the development agenda of the Congress that time, looking at the country, looking at the state of affairs of the country and for the betterment, they picked Manmohan Singh even though he lacked support of the MLAs. Similarly, the Congress party would pick him up over Siddaramaiah. But that didn't happen and he expressed his unhappiness. He was incommunicado for some time too, where High Command tried to reach out to him. Now, what is has been called by Rahul Gandhi to come and join the meeting tomorrow, and where the formal announcement of will be done of who will be the next Chief Minister of Karnataka.
Okay, Niyamika is with me. Niyamika, can you hear me? Niyamika, can you hear me? All right. Niyamika's had a long day.
Yes, I
tracking
can hear
all
you.
the
I can hear you
developments.
clearly.
Yeah. Niyamika, I know you've had a super long day tracking all the developments at the Congress Party headquarters and all of those meetings there. I appreciate you joining us live at 10 this evening. Give me a sense of what happened after everyone came out. I'm seeing those pictures that you've sent a short while ago. There was a very interesting shot, there it is, of Mr. Siddaramaiah whistling. He's standing outside and casually whistling. Is that sort of a message saying that I'm cool right now? I'm not stressed at all? Tell us what has been decided and what's the mood?
Well, indeed, the body language which is clearly being seen in the pictures which we have shared of Siddaramaiah, he seems to be quite confident. And on the other hand, when we had spoken to DK Shivakumar, and at that point of time also we have seen that DK Shivakumar was seemingly quite low and depressed as well. And for that matter also, this question was also being asked by the AICC observers and even the General Secretary for the Karnataka, Randeep Surjewala. He mentioned that you don't need to take seriously all these rumors, and any decision will be taken by the Congress president only after consulting the state leaders as well as the central leadership. So that is what the Congress party is trying to say, that everyone will be consulted. A consensus is going to be made before taking any kind of decision, because Randeep Surjewala has made it clear that even if it is going to take time for more than 24 hours, it will be taken, because the only thing which is being focused by the Congress party right now is that the entire state Congress stays united. There can be no rift, and that is the reason why all these observers were being called by the Congress president. Okay,
one minute. Niyamika, has a decision been made internally? 1 minute. Niyamika, has a decision been made internally and they're only going to announce it tomorrow? Or is is the contest still wide open?
Well, currently a report has been submitted by the observers to the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, and after that he also met several of the MLAs of Karnataka Congress, and it is being expected that tomorrow also he is going to speak to some of the leaders there. Siddaramaiah is already in the national capital. DK Shivakumar is also expected for tomorrow. So for that matter, only after consulting all these leaders and including the former presidents of the Congress party, which includes Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi, then only any kind of decision will be announced by the Congress High Command. However, a report has already been submitted by the AICC observers, in which it is clearly being stated that what is the viewpoint of the elected of Karnataka Congress as whom they want to become the Chief Minister of Karnataka. But for that matter, the bigger question here is that whether the Congress High Command will be able to convince both of its leaders to accept the formula which will be chalked out by the Congress party regarding the state of Karnataka. That will decide the fortune of Karnataka, not just for Karnataka but also for Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar as well, that who is going to become the Chief Minister, or whether that particular strategy is going to be taken by the Congress party, which will be 2:3 ratio for both of these leaders, that for 2 years Siddaramaiah will be the Chief Minister, and after that he will be shifted to the central leadership, and DK Shivakumar will become the Chief Minister for Karnataka for 3 years. That will be accepted or not by both of these leaders is yet to be seen, because tomorrow it can be said that another round of meeting can take place in which Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar might come here to meet Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge.
All right, thank you, Niyamika. So a lot of strategies, theories, options there. Niyamika in Delhi and Imran in Bengaluru. They've been on top of the story through the day. So thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, those are the latest shots of Mr. Siddaramaiah after a day long of meetings, standing outside with his supporters, I assume waiting for his vehicle and casually whistling. Though no one knows what's going to happen next. Neerja Chaudhary, senior journalist, with me on the show this evening. Shathabish Shivanna, Congress spokesperson, with us today on the show. From the BJP, I'm speaking to Mr. Patil, and B.S. Arun, senior journalist, also joining us to speak on all the developments through the day. Neerja ji, let me come to you first. You know, This is being seen as a sort of a big, ambitious fight between two leaders, but it's not uncommon, is it? After such a big win, especially if everyone feels they've contributed, there is going to be a scramble for the top position.
And when they have contributed equally, Siddaramaiah, because he represents the large number, numerically large OBCs, and this Ahinda combination that he fashioned, which is an old combination from Devraj Arz's days in 1978, which brought Indira Gandhi on the comeback trail, which is OBC, Muslim, SC, ST. That's the old vote base of the Congress party, and a pro-poor tilt given to it. And that has resurfaced in this election, and Siddaramaiah is the symbol of that, much more than DK Shivakumar. Now, and of course, he is popular, as various surveys, exit polls have shown, that popular across the state and its different regions. And from the day's events, you know, if you were to decode them politically, it seems that it's going the Siddaramaiah way. But what the High Command has to put in place effectively and successfully is a proper power-sharing formula which will be acceptable to DK Shivakumar. Now, what are the weighty ministries that they'll be able to give DK Shivakumar? Is he accepting them? Is it going to be, it'll have to be either finance or home. And since home is something chief ministers really want, it could be finance, it could be energy is something he's been very partial to, it could be Bengaluru development, a whole host of things as a package which goes to him. I think if they are promising 2.5 years, as Rahul Gandhi did in Rajasthan and in Chhattisgarh, that simply doesn't work, and we can see the result of that in Rajasthan with Sachin Pilot already, you know, on the warpath, and also in Chhattisgarh, Mr. Gail is very much, in charge, and Mr. Singh Dev, who was promised half a term, is nowhere in the picture. So I hope they will not go for that kind of a thing. And this is something the Congress High Command should have been ready for, because they knew there are two contenders. And let me say this, the two contenders for the Chief Minister's post have played the game very sophisticatedly. You know, they've been on the same page all through the campaign. There was no discordant note. Both admitted, which is also very unusual in the Congress, that we are contenders for the top job, but this is a decision that will be made by the MLAs and the High Command. All through they said that. And I think that was one of the reasons that people got a sense of confidence. Had they been wrangling during the campaign, maybe the Congress might not have had this kind of a result.
Okay, so they know the game, they know the problem. You know, Mr. Shivanna, one can't help but compare this with similar situations the Congress party seems to face again and again. Neerjaji talked about Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, may I add Madhya Pradesh, where there are two contenders. And it's usually veteran versus strategist, or, you know, in some of those states, it was veteran versus younger leader. And the party seems to always go with the veteran. Do you think they're going to have a problem this time around? And will Mr. DK Shivakumar accept what the decision is if it's not in his favor?
Firstly, thank you for having me on your show. And no, I don't think we will have any problem whatsoever. This is Karnataka and not any other state. The facts and circumstances are different here. Now, this profound admiration and appreciation that is being showered on stalwarts of Karnataka Congress, as evidenced by the various television programs that I've been watching since morning, has brought me immense pleasure and elation. This laudatory sentiment towards our party was misplaced for a while now. And just by reading all the headlines, on one hand, we have an 8-time MLA, an efficient former minister, a prominent Vokkaliga leader. You said he's a strategist, a troubleshooter of the Congress party. And on the other hand, we have a veteran politician, a war horse, a mass leader, an icon of welfare policies, and a former chief minister. Now, the Congress party is spoiled for choice. It is the problem of plenty. But I can confidently affirm that the Congress party is in a comfortable and in a contented position, and there is a democratic setup that governs us. And, the democratic process is underway. The AICC observers were here in Karnataka. They have collected the opinion of the local newly elected MPs, and they have formulated a report which will be submitted to the High Command, and on perusal of this report, a final decision will be made. Now, moreover, it is an internal matter of the Congress party, and I don't think there is any need for this kind of deliberation and discussion around it.
Why, Mr.
But
Shivanna?
nonetheless,
One minute. May I come in on that, please? Because this is the second time you've made that statement in your opening comments. It is a state of the nation of India. It's a democratically elected government. We are a democracy. We have every right to know who is the next chief minister of Karnataka.
Of course you do. Of course.
It has gone beyond the realm of an internal matter of the party. And frankly, I think the Congress should relish the fact that there is focus on an electoral victory. It's not like you've been having a whole slew of them since 2014. So I'm not understanding the angst of people discussing today, should it be DKS or should it be Siddaramaiah? It's a very valid conversation.
May I come in? May I come in? May I come in?
Yes, of course.
See,
yes, of course.
As I stated, we like the attention and we welcome everybody to have their opinion around it. But until and unless there is an official communication from the High Command, there is no point of having a speculation. All the questions that you pose are nothing but hypothetical. The Congress party has won the battle of winning the elections, but we are committed to winning the war, that is to undo the adverse economic policies applied by the Bharatiya Janata Party in the state level and the national level. And we are committed to provide our guarantees, and our schemes and policies will be targeted to uplift the social and economically marginalized sections of the society.
That
all I require is some patience.
Be the elected, we have to wait, of course. I mean, I don't think the Congress High Command is watching this show and getting stressed about announcing the results now. We know we have to wait. But it's an important conversation to have. It's an important conversation to have. It's a very valid conversation to have, is the point I'm making. In fact, Mr. Patil, you're from the BJP, you've lost the election, but I welcome your views on this conversation because this is a democracy. At the end of the day, the people of Karnataka will have a new chief minister no matter who they voted for. Who do you think should be the next chief minister?
Yeah, at the very outset, I congratulate my friend from Congress on their victory. People have made the decision already, and BJP being a democratic largest political party in the world, we respect the mandate given by the people. In fact, the appointment of the chief minister, it's their internal matter. We have nothing much to say on that. However, as a responsible opposition, we'll look forward to see that they discharge their duty towards the people of Karnataka on their promises, and we'll also monitor on the implementation of their guarantees as well. I was having a look, previous comment from Mr. DK Shivakumar. He was mentioning about blackmail and all. I'd like to know from Mr. DK Shivakumar, he should rather tell the people of Karnataka why did he raise about this blackmail at this point of time? Who blackmailed, when, and what? That would be the talking point right now. Because
that was a very generic statement, sir. I don't think it requires any deliberation. Blackmailers generally tend to get something. That was a simple point. He wasn't referring to any particular incident.
Yeah, since they are celebrating, but he brought in this issue. He should also elaborate on that. That's what BJP would look forward.
How does it matter right now, Mr. Patil? How does it matter? Who's your choice? Who's your choice for Karnataka Chief Minister? Like I said, this is a democracy. Everyone can and should have a view. So of course the Congress has to decide internally. They're taking everyone's view. It's the purview of their MLAs technically, but nothing stopping from us talking about it this evening. So who's your choice?
No. I mean, it's for the Congress legislative party to decide their own. I mean, it's their internal matter. I mean, we don't want to get into that. I mean, as long as they follow
Who do you
the
think will
due
make a better chief
democratic
minister?
process.
Who do you think will make a better chief minister?
No, I don't want to comment on that. I mean, I mean, absolutely, I don't want to comment on who should be there, who should their legislative body should select as the chief minister.
Okay, I've put Mr. Patil on the spot there, but I was making the broader point that once the elections are done and once that decision has been made, remember the chief minister of a state in India is going to have a very big impact on the lives of a very large state, a big contributor to the GDP. It is a big story. It's an important decision. Mr. B.S. Arun, you know, your view on how the Congress is handling this entire situation vis-a-vis the challenges and mistakes, I would say, of the end of 2019, the end of 2018, pardon me, with Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh, where they had 3 clear wins. They had, you know, this friction in all of the states, and it was up to Rahul Gandhi to settle it. He famously put out those 2 sets of pictures about time and patience. Well, it didn't quite work out. In both cases, one way or the other. Do you think that they've learned lessons from them?
Well, I think as far as the current Karnataka situation is concerned, I'm sure they would have taken stock of all this that happened in the past and will try to ensure, or they have already perhaps ensured, that no such things will happen. There would be no acrimonious scenes being there, and everything would be settled in an harmonious way, so that these 2 leaders would go back and start working to implement the policies and programs of the party, the promise that they have made to the people. So what needs to be done next, I think, is the thing. The thing is, first, it is the election of the selection of the chief minister, and then formation of the cabinet, which in itself would be an important thing, because several veteran leaders of the party have been elected to the assembly. Various cross-section of the society, people, representatives from different castes, communities and religions have been elected, and then representation has to be given to different regions, because Congress this time has won a mandate from different regions, and because of which it has done very well to garner 135 seats. So all these things considered, I think the High Command will ensure that by tomorrow, or maximum day after, there will be a new chief minister in place.
So what about all of these theories that are doing the rounds, Mr. Arun? A 50-50 split, 2 years and 3 years, a split in terms of portfolios. And, Nija had a point that they should definitely not do this 2.5 years, because it turns into a messy kind of a situation. Do you think that a state can be governed well if it is not clear who's in charge?
Well, first of all, I don't know from where these speculations are coming. Unless there is an official announcement, it's difficult to believe all these very speculative pronouncements. Having said that, I heard Nija also. I second every point that she has raised. As a journalist, I respect her very much also. Having said that, it becomes important for the Congress to ensure that there is continuity in the governance of the state. I think 2.5, this kind of a split in the regimes in the government, I think would be a bad idea. I don't think, having burned their fingers in Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh, I don't think Congress will be bold enough to experiment on that again in Karnataka. And also, either of these 2 leaders, I don't think either of them will agree for a split chief ministership. Earlier, we had seen in Karnataka itself, in 2006, when Kumaraswamy became the chief minister in association with the BJP, the agreement was, it will be a 20-20 government, 20 months for Kumaraswamy and 20 months for the BJP. Kumaraswamy ruled for 20 months, and then he withdrew support and didn't allow the BJP to choose its chief minister. And then Karnataka had a spell of President Zula, and then the elections happened. So Karnataka has also seen that this experiment, will go to dogs.
But the difference there, of course, that it was two parties, and Mr. Kumaraswamy, could afford to pull the rug. Here, it is a very strong mandate. So there is a limit to maneuverability. I want to come on this point to Neerja Chaudhary, and we always talk about these sort of fissures in top leadership in the context of Congress, in the party, in the elections they've won in the recent past. I talked about 2018 and those three set of elections. But the fact is that no matter who the party is, there are always many contenders vying for the top spot. It is that the BJP right now is in such a powerful position that they can make a decision and all of the contenders will just have to quietly lap it up. They don't have a choice. Does this mandate, the size of the mandate, give the Congress that leeway that nobody is going to risk this larger mandate with internal bickering and infighting? Neerja.
Look, we must recognize that contention, differences, they are part of democratic functioning. And it is very natural if you have virtually two equal players, in the play. And therefore, it's the grace and harmony, and as I say, the sophistication with which they come to a conclusion. That is what is going to set the Congress apart from the BJP's way of functioning, which Congress has been talking about, restoration of democracy. And let me say, the person who agrees to be number two, his sacrifice is greater. Because for the number one to take along everybody, it suits them. But the number two who gives up the number one position, his sacrifice is greater for the larger good. Therefore, in the coming hours, everybody is watching very closely how the Congress party, it's been called the party of Raj-Kaj, good, bad, indifferent. It's a party of governance. At least over the years, that's what used to be said about it. And that in the manner in which it sorts out these differences. And therefore, people are watching to see the note on which the new government starts. Because that will have a bearing not only on the governance in Karnataka, that's going to have a bearing on how the Congress does nationally next year. I think these are very critical hours, and the secret of success is always power sharing. If Mr. Siddaramaiah becomes the Chief Minister, will he really genuinely share power with DK Shivakumar? Or will he, because he has the absolute power, he starts to marginalize his number two? That's where the problem began in Rajasthan. If there had been true power sharing, I think that it might have been a different story.
But the difference from Rajasthan perhaps is that even before the results, it wasn't really like Mr. Gehlot and Mr. Pilot were working together. Mr. Siddaramaiah and Mr. DKS at least put on a show, or they seemed to be working together for this win. An interesting sort of statement that was made by Mamata Banerjee. I want to bring it into this conversation because a lot of opposition leaders, non-Congress opposition leaders, have been congratulating the Congress for the Karnataka win and saying this is paving the path for 2024, etc. Take a look at what the West Bengal Chief Minister said today.
Wherever the regional party is strong, there BJP cannot fight. The strong party must be given priority. And wherever is the Congress strong, in their respective 200 seat or something, what we have already calculated, let them fight, we will give support, nothing is wrong. But they have to see that they have to support the other political party also. I am giving you the support in Karnataka, but you are fighting against me every day. It should not be the policy.
अगर बंगाल में सत्ता आप हासिल की थी ममता बनर्जी 2011 साल में, अगर हमारे नेत्री मैडम सोनिया गांधी ना होती तो आपको बंगाल की सत्ता कब्जा करने की मौका जिंदगी में शायद कभी ना मिलती। फिर भी आपने सत्ता में काबिज होने की तुरंत बाद वही कांग्रेस पार्टी को बंगाल की जमीन से खदेड़ने के लिए अब हर संभव रास्ता अपनाई.
Okay, I found this very interesting. And I want to come to you on this, Mr. Shivanna, because you also earlier in your comment said that, we've started with Karnataka and we're going to do this on a national stage. Listen to what the West Bengal Chief Minister is saying. She's saying, I'm happy for you in Karnataka. Don't, come and meddle with me in West Bengal. And this is a challenge the Congress is going to face. You have to fight the BRS in Telangana now next. You want to keep your presence in regional, elections, and then you want everyone to back you when it comes to national elections. There's going to have to be a quid pro quo. What do you make of those statements?
That is a decision for the national leadership to make, and I don't think I am in the right position to even comment on it. However, the united force of all political parties is to dethrone this communal and corrupt government who have failed in their economic policies and who have not helped the middle class in any sort of way. And if forces are coming together to dethrone the two Chanakyas, then we have no issues with it, and we will develop and deploy certain strategies as per the instinct and experiences of veteran senior Congress leaders, and then we'll take our ultimate call. But at this stage, I don't think I'm in a position to talk about it, but the Congress party is making huge waves. That has been seen in Karnataka. The people of Karnataka have spoken unequivocally in favor of a change of guard, and we thank them for it. And yes, of course, this lays a foundation for the 2024 election in Karnataka.
All right, Mr. Patil, your response of how all opposition parties have come together on this. Remember, in the last round of elections in this year, there were some states where the Congress and the TMC were head-on fighting. In Meghalaya, they were fighting. But she's saying very clearly, Mamata Banerjee today saying very clearly, I support you.
Yeah, that actually shows that how much Mamata Banerjee is afraid of BJP's rising cadre base and the kind of organization we're building in West Bengal right now. That's why she's, trying to seek support from the Congress. She is seeing what is written on the wall right now. That's one point. Second point is half the Congress is struggling in Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh. In terms of their guarantees, in terms of their organizational ability, we can see Mr. Sachin Pilot already taking an yatra against the Congress leadership. So that shows, the kind of governance they are going to bring in. At this point of time, since they haven't taken charge here in Karnataka, I don't want to make make it more political. I would like to have their voice today. However, the point is, it actually shows the power struggle between the Congress and the TMC in West Bengal, and also they are seeing the writing on the wall on how BJP will make its.
Okay. Neerja Chaudhary,
the writing on the wall is that the South has rejected the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Yeah, you are rejected all over the country.
Today, that's, Mr. Patil, at least for a few days, they can bask in the glow of Karnataka.
Yeah, I'm giving that. Yes.
They can bask in the glow of Karnataka. You have to give them that. All other days is fine. There has to be a honeymoon period for winning a mandate that big.
Yeah,
so for some time they have that.
Yes.
Okay. Neerja Chaudhary, I want to come to you on what Mamata Banerjee said, and this didn't necessarily make very big headlines today, but I found it to be a very, very interesting statement coming from the West Bengal Chief Minister. It says, I'll support you, but you don't come on my turf.
I think I would read it as Mamata Banerjee reaching out to the Congress with the first overture. So far she's ruled out an alliance with the Congress in West Bengal. This could be a way of reaching out and exploring the possibility. Of course, she's the larger partner, The Congress left got nothing last time. And so therefore it has to be on realistic terms. But she is also afraid that as the minorities have gravitated so solidly behind the Congress, leaving the JDS in many seats in Karnataka, she may fear that that may happen in Bengal, because the recent bipoll results also pointed in that direction. And she would not like the minority vote in Bengal to get divided. So she may do an alliance, but she's saying be realistic about your standing. That's the way I would read it.
So interesting times ahead. I want to thank all of you for joining us. And yes, I agree. And I admit, as the Congress spokesperson said, we don't know till we know. So till we don't know, all we can do is guess, wonder and speculate. That's the fun of covering politics, I suppose. And at least as of tonight, we know that both sides are pitching their best. Mr. DK Shivakumar giving interview over interview with, an IV in his hand and a stomach infection. Mr. Siddaramaiah walking coolly out of a long meeting, whistling into the wind. We'll see who makes the cut tomorrow. Very quick break on the show this evening.